I went from making $4,300 a month, jumping from one outreach strategy to another, burning 70% of my income on paid ads while having no personal life and being locked in a dark room 24/7, to making $21,000 a month with a predictable and repeatable system, having high-ticket clients come to me while selling a service I was confident and credible in. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how to build your $15,000 per month content agency, because all it takes is building what I call your six-figure routine.
2.5 years ago, I was making around $4,300 per month with my content agency, working with 3 clients. I was pretty much editing their videos. I have just dropped $6,000 on my first ever mentor to help me scale my content agency. So I started sending about 100 cold DMs per day, editing videos for my clients, and posting my own content on Instagram. My big goal at the time was to hit that 15K a month. The problem was, I had no idea what I was doing. Every morning when I woke up and I opened my Instagram inbox, I would see hundreds of messages that weren't even open. Some were left unseen, or even worse, people would hit me with that good old, "How can you help me with content when your views are so low?" In that moment, I would always get so frustrated and think to myself, I knew it. I knew I had zero credibility and I need to have millions of views or followers to sell this. That would send me into endless doubt and overthinking of, should I even do this? Or do I have what it takes? Everything was just all over the place. Maybe it's my message, maybe it's my profile, my content, my face is ugly. I had no idea what's wrong. Eventually, I got tired of spamming endless boring messages without any results. And since my mentor was a paid ads guy, I wanted to try that out for myself.
Fast forward May 2024. Just signed another 2 clients for $5,000 service, recording new batch of ads every week, spending about 60% of what I make on new ads trying to advertise more and get more clients. I thought I just needed to find that winning creative and it's all gonna fall into place. That I just needed to get more clients, and with more clients, things are gonna get easier because I'll have more money. And before you say, oh, just another guy moaning on the camera, I want you to realize that some months I was spending even 100% of my last month's income on ad spend. And all of that was going on for months. Getting on 4 to 5 sales calls per day with cold, unqualified prospects, trying to hard close them, even though I didn't even believe that our service was the best thing for them at their current situation. I just got tired. I couldn't see how can I continue running this operation. I hated spending that much money on ads. I hated recording new batch of cold ads every week. I hated every single day getting on calls with unqualified prospects that don't even know who I am or what I do. And more than anything else, I hated making barely any money from all that work. I felt trapped, like I was on a hamster wheel. It was a one-off service, so every month I needed new clients. For new clients, I needed more ads. For more ads, I needed more money. For more money, I needed new clients, and for new clients, I needed more ads. What a loop. I started my business to change my life and lives of people around me. I wanted to help my parents, my brother, my friends, raise a good family. But in reality, my life was nothing but a huge mess, and everyone around me was starting to tell me that I was on the wrong path. So in June 2024, it all hit a breaking point. I completely shut down my 6-figure content agency. And I mean, actually, I stopped it, I stopped doing it. And I went on a quest to find something that's gonna help me get my life in place and finally allow me to step on the right route to scale my content agency to 6 figures the right way. I wanted to build my 6-figure routine.
Because if there's one thing I've learned from being in the agency space and the content space for about 2 years at a time, is that everyone is focused on the revenue, the number of clients, the method to get more clients. But does it really matter how many clients you get or the method you use to get them if it's not sustainable? If you can't keep, if you're not confident in what you sell, you're not credible, if you don't like the way you sell it, you don't like the way you deliver it, and you don't even like the people you deliver it to. If you can't even imagine yourself repeating that painful process tens, if not hundreds of times, just to get as many clients as you need to finally have the business you dreamt about. No one is talking about longevity, about having a repeatable system. A system that will allow you to have an offer you can sell over and over again, the way you can sell it over and over again, and the way you can deliver it over and over again without burning out or jumping to another strategy every few months because your life and business turns into a mess. And that is the most important thing. It's having a routine, having a repeatable system that will allow you to scale your content agency to 6 figures profit and not fall apart. Think about it. When you don't have a routine, your life turns into a mess. For example, you have a sleep routine. Every single day, at the end of the day, you go to sleep. Maybe you don't always feel exhausted, but you still go to sleep. Because if you don't sleep, you'll get sick and eventually die. You have a hygiene routine. You brush your teeth, you shower, you wash your face, because if you don't, you'll get sick and eventually die. You have a haircut routine that you follow every single month. You even have a yearly routine. Every summer you probably travel around the same time. During holidays you're home with your family. Before New Year's you probably set some goals for the next year. Your whole life is made out of millions of micro and macro routines that you couldn't possibly imagine living your life without, but still you run your business without a routine. You go by feelings and do whatever you feel like is the right move.
And hear me out, I don't blame you. I was in the exact same situation, and I was aware of it, just like you are right now. It wasn't until one day I finally had enough. I sat down and analyzed everything that happened over the last 2 years. Why didn't my outreach work? Why didn't I like my clients? Why did I always jump from one strategy to another? Why did I used to spend so much money on ads? And why did my business and life turn into a big mess without any clear direction? After talking to people from my network, having multiple calls with my mentor, and spending hours by my desk trying to figure it out, I finally came up with my routine. A routine that later on got me to 15K a month in a sustainable, predictable, and repeatable way, while still allowing me to live my life without it being a mess. And that, my friend, is what I call the 6-figure routine. Instead of blindly following what all the coaches and gurus out there are preaching, which is just spam same old outreach messages, just get more clients, fast, scale, I did something else. Instead of acting out on impulse, I was acting out on intention. I decided to build a routine that fits me. A repeatable routine that I can follow over and over again without getting burnt out, and that will allow me to not only get clients predictably, but keep them and achieve long-term results and success. The first part of the 6-figure routine is your repeatable offer. This is the thing you can sell over and over again, have a consistent flow of interested people who are willing to buy it over and over again, have your clients buy it again and again, and have full credibility and confidence to sell it. Let me actually tell you a quick story that will help you fully understand the difference between a traditional classic offer everyone told you to have and a repeatable offer. 2 years ago, I didn't have a 6-figure routine at the time, and I was just wandering around listening to everyone's advice on how your offer should be unique, something that no one has ever done or seen before, all that crap. So I came up with an offer where I was training and connecting video editors to business owners and charging for that. At first, that sounded like a crazy good offer, like it was brand new, no one was doing it, it sounded so cool, but it didn't last long. It became a nightmare pretty soon. Since it was a brand new offer no one has ever heard of, it was extremely difficult to explain it to people. And even worse, it was not a recurring offer. It was a one-off offer, meaning I could only charge people once for that. And I had to find new clients and start from zero every single month. So that offer was not repeatable. And because of that, I was constantly stressed, I was overthinking, I was doubting myself, I was just all over the place. Instead of moving me towards, it was moving me away from my goal of running a predictable, repeatable business that makes money and allows me to work with the type of people I love helping, and I'm confident in what I help them with. This wasn't like me dying or whatever or crying here. It was just a hard, tough time for me, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. So after having multiple calls with my mentor, I finally got an idea of how can my repeatable offer look like. Just around that time, I happened to meet a person who was running a content agency whose offer was completely opposite from the hell I just went through. Working with amazing people, delivering only what he's the best at, and everything just felt effortless. So I had to go back to the drawing board. I reflected on everything that happened to me and I came up with my repeatable offer that later on got me to 15K a month in profit in the exact way I wanted it to. So how do you create your repeatable offer? The first principle is understanding that you must sell the outcome, not the deliverables. The problem with selling the deliverables is that people just don't care about it. Like, think about it. If there's a major pipe leak in your bathroom, you call a plumber. And imagine a plumber comes and starts showing you the tools he's gonna use, the type of wrench he's gonna use, and how he's gonna fix the pipe. You don't care about any of it at all. The only thing that you care about is saving your house from the flood. And that is the exact same mistake 99% of content agencies make. Think about the last time you talked about what you sell. I can guarantee you talked about nice looking edits, scripts, ideas, thumbnails, the softwares you'll use, your strategy, and that is the reason people don't want to buy from you. All of those are deliverables, and people don't care about deliverables. They care about the outcomes that those deliverables are gonna get them. More leads, higher status, higher watch time, more attention, less stress, lower cost of acquisition, saved time. Unless you understand this, forget about selling a high-ticket offer over and over again. Now, once you understood this, it's time to go to the second principle. The second principle is what I call the 5 Ps. I remember I was once with one of my clients who runs a content agency on a call, and he asked me if I could check if his offer was good. And then he showed me a bio on his Twitter. In that moment, I knew he didn't even have an O of his offer. And this is where most agencies screw up. Your offer is not a line in your bio. It is the person you help, the problem you solve for them, the promise you make, the process you use to help them, and the price you charge for that. It is all these things combined. Unless you know these things, you don't have an offer. You just wrote one sentence and called it a day. Let me give you an example of my 5 Ps from my repeatable offer that got me to 15K a month in profit. It was, I help business coaches who make over $50,000 a month get more high qualified leads using a high converting YouTube series. The price for that offer was roughly around $8,000. Now, why is this important? It's obvious. If you don't know the problem you solve, what are you gonna sell? If you don't know one person you help, who are you gonna sell it to? If you don't believe in the promise you make, what are you gonna promise them? If you're not confident in the process you use, how are you gonna make that happen? And if you're not certain about the price, how much are you gonna sell it for? And most importantly, how are you gonna keep selling it over and over and over again? It's impossible. The second part of the 6-figure routine is your repeatable acquisition. This is the way that allows you to sell your repeatable offer over and over and over again, acquire high-ticket clients that you love working with, that you're confident helping without burning out, and most importantly, you can keep relying on it for years and decades to come.
Remember when I told you about how every morning I would open my Instagram inbox and see hundreds of messages that weren't even opened, or see negative replies? Or when I used to spend 60 or even 100% of what I make on ads to get more clients, having 5 sales calls per day with unqualified prospects, and feeling burnt out every single day. That is the perfect example of not repeatable acquisition. So I sat down and asked myself, how can I create a repeatable acquisition process that will not draw me to burnout, attract bad clients, and make me hate my business and life again? So instead of blindly following my feelings or doing what everyone else does, I reflected on what happened in the past and decided to come up with a set of rules for my acquisition process.
Rule number 1, I must acquire clients organically. It's that simple. No ads, no spending more money every month, no setting up targeting in the ads manager. I get to handpick who I work with by reaching out to them or attracting them with my personal brand that I've built over the last 2.5 years. Rule number 2, act over think. This does not mean I'm not allowed to think. This means I'm not allowed to overthink and shift my strategy until I put tremendous amount of action, work, and effort into it. Rule number 3. In my content, my outreach, and my general messaging, I don't tell people what they should do, because why would they randomly just trust me? I first show them proof and data that makes them interested in hearing from me. And rule number 4 is value over volume. This is more related specifically to outreach, but instead of spamming hundreds of messages every single day, every other dude sends, I take the same effort, double it, and put it into creating hyper valuable and personalized messages and send them to my prospects without expecting anything. Following the rules I mentioned, I managed to create a lean, predictable, and repeatable system that me and my clients to this day use to run six-figure content agencies. It is made out of 2 core components: value-based outreach and my personal brand. I use my most powerful tool I've built over the last 3 years to show them my credibility and attract the right type of clients. So instead of being a random stranger pitching them the same content service like everyone else, instead I'm a guy they already know and trust. And I combine it with value-based outreach to reach out to them, show them I'm the best at what I do, and get them as clients. I'm gonna pop some of my clients here that Repeatable acquisition system absolutely crushed for. We've got Philip. It helped him get to his first 15K a month. Now he's making even double that. He's running his own content agency using this exact system. We've got Ed, who closed a $6,000 deal, David and Leo, who closed 2K a month retainer, Daniel, who closed 2 deals in the same day, and Hunan, who closed 2K a month retainer very recently and is around 10K a month revenue with his business. The point is, if Repeatable acquisition system worked for me and worked for all of them, it will work for you as well. Okay, so the third part of the 6-figure routine is your repeatable delivery. This is the way that allows you to deliver your repeatable offer over and over again, get amazing results to your clients, and make them buy from you again without draining your energy. Now listen very closely, because this is one of the most crucial parts. And I've learned this the hard way. I either overpromised and didn't have a clue on how to actually deliver results, or I hated what I was delivering. So every single time I would get a new client, I would get this weird bad gut feeling because I knew I needed to go through the painful process again and worry if they're gonna be happy. I've spotted some terrible mistakes that I've made while running my previous content agency that led me to such a bad place. So when I signed one of my first clients for my new repeatable offer, I tried to avoid all of them and do the opposite. The results? Our first video got almost 90,000 views on YouTube. My client hit the record month with his business, and I've got reached out by dozens of people after that for help. And most importantly, I was enjoying the delivery process. So I extracted the 3 core principles that I've applied to my delivery process in order to make that happen. The first principle is what I call client priority management. Everyone was telling me that my delivery needs to be systemized and the same for every client, so that I can scale and deliver my service to multiple people in the same time. But as I started working with more clients, I realized that every single one of them had completely different priorities. Different priorities, the exact same service for everyone, they don't really go together. So the first thing I started doing was determining what priorities they specifically have, and then I adjust my service accordingly. It gives you a clarity on what's really important to focus on, and it shows your clients that you actually care about them. The second principle is over-deliver. When you know what they want, you can certainly help them, but doing only that is not enough. Your goal is not for them to be satisfied with your service. Your goal is to surprise them with how good your service is so they want it again. Think about it like this. When you go to a restaurant, the waiter comes, takes your order, brings whatever you ordered, everything is just as expected. You're satisfied, it's okay. But when the waiter does all that and suggests something new, cracks a joke everyone laughs at, or brings something new for you to try, you leave a tip and you think, I'll gladly come back again. That's what happens when you over-deliver. If you just do what they expect you to, they'll forget about you. You have to constantly keep impressing them and bringing new things to the table. The monthly reports, new trend suggestions, even some things that are not in the agreement. The point is that in your head, you should always have what they get before what you give. The principle number 3 is outsource. When you do things that we talked about earlier the right way, you'll start getting clients. More clients means more work, means more time needed to deliver that work. But you only have so much time in the day. And the only way for you to get more time is to use other people's time to help you finish the work, to outsource. Most people have no idea how to outsource. They outsource the tasks they're bad at or the tasks that seem hard, like outreach or sales. The little issue with that is that you're outsourcing the lifeblood of your business to the person you don't even know, and you expect them to care about it as much as you do. So instead of making that mistake, outsource the lowest leverage task that takes the most amount of time that you're already good at. Most of the time, it's gonna be video editing, clipping, market research, or some admin tasks. That will give you more time to focus on the things that actually matter and move the business forward while still getting everything done. Combining these big 3, you finally get your 6-figure routine.
Now here's why the 6-figure routine absolutely crushes any other model in a one-on-one fight. Before, I was making big bold promises and selling an offer I didn't believe in. I was spamming mindless cold messages, trying to convince people I'm good instead of using my personal brand to show them that. Hating what I deliver or not being able to deliver it to a bunch of people. All of that made me stuck, constantly feeling like I'm making no progress and completely destroying any chance of doing what I started the business for, to change my life and the lives of people around me. Once I built my repeatable offer, repeatable acquisition, and repeatable delivery, combining all 3 into the 6-figure routine, my business and life turned for 180 degrees.
I'm confident in the offer I sell because my offer is the thing I'm the best at. That makes me speak with conviction in my content, sales, and outreach. With my outreach, I provide value first, making me stand out from the mass and drastically improving the reply rate. The more replies I get, the more motivated I feel to do outreach, making me actually look forward to doing it instead of hating it. I leverage my personal brand, so I'm not a random stranger they see for the first time, like 99% of people, and in my content I show I actually know what I'm talking about, making all of my leads warmer. I know how to deliver, I like what I deliver, and I can manage to deliver it to multiple people because I've already done it myself. And I know the client priorities and the most important things to outsource. The 6-figure routine made my business feel like a game I'm trying to beat, rather than an enemy whose entire goal is to suck out as much energy and time from my life. So with all this information in mind, how do you build your own 6-figure routine? Well, the first step is finding your competitive advantage. Finding the thing you're exceptionally better at than other agencies in your niche that you can use to help your clients get the results they want. For example, my competitive advantage is next level post-production quality that no one in the YouTube space can match. Plus, first-hand content knowledge because I also built my own brand to over 50,000 followers. So here are some questions to ask yourself. What is the thing you're exceptionally good at? What is the thing you're confident doing? Go through your past work, list out all the people you work with and all the things you help them with. Now look for the things that you're the most confident in. Things that without a doubt in your mind, you know you can do. The second question is, what results can you deliver using it and what case studies or testimonials do you have to back it up? This is going to help you figure out the outcome you can promise to your clients. Look at the things you helped all your clients achieve while working with them or simply just ask them about it. It is really important that you have some case studies as external proof that you know what you're doing so that you can use them in your content and in your outreach. Otherwise, how are people gonna believe you can actually help them? Once you answer these 2, you can go to step number 2, which is building repeatable components of your business. Offer, acquisition, and delivery. Now that you know your competitive advantage, offer the outcome that it brings to people rather than deliverables, and use it to figure out your 5 Ps: the problem you solve, the person you help, the promise you make, the process you use, and the price you charge. Now keep in mind, you will not figure these things out by sitting in front of a screen for 15 minutes and talking to ChatGPT. Your offer is the foundation of your business, and it requires time, effort, and testing in order to fully develop it and fully understand it. The second thing is repeatable acquisition. Implement value-based outreach and leverage your personal brand to get the attention of your perfect fit clients. And the third thing is repeatable delivery. Build client priority management system and deliver personalized service to each client. Over-deliver and outsource low-leverage tasks. And the third step is defining your route. The word routine originates from the French word route. You can have an offer, you can have acquisition, delivery, you can even get some clients, but without following a clear route towards your goal, it will all fall apart sooner than you think. So instead of following your feelings, set one clear goal and reverse engineer the numbers you need to hit in order to get it. Without knowing this, you're pretty much blind. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that your 6-figure routine, like any other routine, is a long-term plan. And because of that, it requires testing and refining. It is not something that will just be perfect right off the bat.
So this, my friend, is the 6-figure routine that got me to 15K profit with my simple and predictable content agency. Currently, I'm on a mission to help as many hungry, skilled service providers build their 6-figure routine and use it to scale their content agency to 6 figures, but do it in a way that allows them to change their life and lives of people around. Because if you just follow my steps, you hit your goal, and because of that, you change your life and the life of at least one person you love, we've made the world a better place.
So, if you resonate with this goal of mine, you're willing to push the limits, you're not a quitter, and you want to build your 6-figure routine, you will find my Instagram down below in the description. Send me the number 700 on Instagram, and I will personally reach out to you and see if you're the type of person I will personally work with one-on-one and help you do this. No AI version or bot me, alright? I will personally reach out and see if I can help you. And at the end, I only have one request for you. Please do not be the guy who's just spent half an hour of his life or whatever watching another YouTube video, consuming information without taking any action. I don't care if you don't work with me. Please just go and implement this and take action. That was it for this one. And if it's God's will, I'll see you in the next one.